he has just as much leverage as any of the disciples in the Bible or any of the writers of the Bible.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. We're not worthy.
I said, empty your mind.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I'm going religion.
Oh,
And I'm going what if Constantine never converted to Christianity? So I have a lot of friends that are super Christian, super religious, evangelical, and I asked them that question. How come you guys don't give the credit to Constantine? He is, in my opinion, one of the saviors of giving Christianity any kind of legitimacy, when at a time, if I'm not mistaken, it was about around 270-ish, around there, about 200 years after Jesus was crucified and after he rose from the dead, if you believe in that kind of stuff. Christianity was not a top religion. It was not a prioritized religion. It was actually still being persecuted. This religion was. I mean, why isn't Constantine just as valued as King James, who pretty much what King James did to the Bible was just nerf the hell out of it so he can make people become more attracted to Christianity because of the whole Martin Luther thing and everything. But why is Constantine forgotten in the growth of Christianity? In my opinion, he has just as much leverage as any of the disciples in the Bible or any of the writers of the Bible. I mean, I'm looking here when I was doing research. He not only legalized Christianity, but he was really giving it legs and trying to bring Christianity to relevance. It was not the state in his lifetime. The emperor that would rule after him would actually make it the religion of the state, and after that, it became what it is today. To me, I just feel like the church gained that level of where it's at now, because after that, now the church, what it was starting to do was starting to work with the empire and the government during that time. And I honestly think what Constantine did was not only bring legitimacy to Christianity, but I honestly feel if that was not the case, the whole world would look a lot different than what it is today. Any thoughts? I mean, he standardized the religion,
I think to answer your original question, the reason why he doesn't get as much credit, I think we can look at it the same way we look at Leif Erikson. It was pre-printing press. Maybe it's just a lack of knowledge. It's ignorance in terms of the trajectory. I said that word a lot this episode. The trajectory of Christianity. He does put it on the map, but there's an ignorance there because people just aren't aware of that. Like if you're aware of the way of the Christian views, who the catalysts are. The Jesuses and his disciples. Those, they get all the credit. But then there's like a gray area until what King James comes way later. So everything in between there's a huge growth in Christianity that we kind of overlook because I think we just don't know. There's not a lot of knowledge. I think that's why he doesn't get as much credit, is because just like with Leif Erikson, there is an ignorance. There's a lack of knowledge, a lack of awareness. Because you're right, that was on my big list, is the growth of Christianity, and it definitely is a game changer. Christianity is one of the biggest changes that we've had in civilization in the last 2,000 years. I mean, we talked about JFK's assassination. We talked about OJ and Babe Ruth, but I don't think there are very few things that you can argue are as big as Christianity in terms of how it altered the world. And you're right, Constantine should get a lot more credit than what he does. We would not be talking about Christianity if it wasn't for Constantine.
I'm gonna show you how great We're not worthy!
I said, empty your mind.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.